Hello everyone, today we'll be discussing NTSE Stage 1 Mental Ability question from Maharashtra board, and this is from the chapter Cubes and Dices. Let's get to the question then. The adjacent figure is folded to form a cube. Observe the figure and answer the following questions. So here we're given a 2D figure of a 3D cube. Okay, so it has been laid out flat. I'll try my best to explain you the question and the answers. I hope you do understand it. Question 11. Which symbol will not be adjacent to the symbol a full stop? So here full stop is given. Now let's look at here. So I'll take this first surface, the front surface, as the full stop. Okay. As we can see, a triangle is adjacent to it. Okay. I'll take the triangle over here. And when we move this arrow towards here, it is going to be adjacent to the full stop too. So let's take the arrow on the top surface here. Okay, and when I fold this over here, this will come over here when we fold it again. So the lesser 2 mark will come over here. And one thing I forgot to mention, as we can see, there are 5 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The 6th face of the cube is not given. So we cannot make an assumption about it, and we'll just take a cube which has 5 surfaces and the 6th surface has been left empty. Now when we move this dash sign, it will come opposite or on the back surface of this cube. It will be here on the back surface of this cube. The dot will be on the front surface, and on the back surface the dash sign will be here. And hence, which symbol will not be adjacent to the full stop? Dash sign will not be adjacent to the full stop. Let's look at question 12. Which symbol will be opposite to the symbol a triangle? Let's look at in this figure. We'll take the top surface, front surface as the triangle, and as you can see, this arrow sign and the full stop are adjacent to it. So let's take the top as the arrow sign, and here we'll take the full stop, right? And when we will fold this lesser than, it will come opposite to the triangle. It will be on the back side. On the back side, it will be, what will be on the back side? The lesser 2 sign. The back side. Adjacent, what does adjacent mean? Adjacent means side by side. Something which is side by side is known as adjacent. This arrow is adjacent to triangle. The full stop is adjacent to triangle. But when something is opposite, it is not adjacent. Opposite does not mean adjacent. Opposite means behind. That is something completely different. Okay. So here, as we can see, I just told you lesser than sign will be opposite to the triangle, and hence it will not be adjacent. So the answer here would be C. Let's look at question 13. Which of the following figure is the figure obtained by folding the paper to form a cube? So here we've given a 2D format. We'll be trying to convert it into 3D. I have tried to explain you 3D formats here. As you can see here, I tried to explain you question 11 and here 12. Actually, during the exam, you're supposed to imagine it. Imagining, trying to visualize would be easier and faster than making diagrams, but for your ease and comfort, I'll be doing it here. So let's look at option 1 first. Option 1, okay. So as you can see, the arrow here is given. We look in the diagram here, the arrow is given. The dot, when we put it here, it will be adjacent to the arrow, right? And when we move this dash, it will be adjacent to the arrow too. But the dot and the dash will be opposite, and hence not adjacent. They will not be adjacent to each other. Hence this option is wrong. Let's look at option 2. We'll look at the arrow again. The arrow is here. We can see that the triangle is adjacent to the arrow, and the lesser 2 sign is also adjacent to the arrow. But these both are opposites. Hence they will not be adjacent to each other. And therefore this option is wrong too. Let's look at this third option. We'll take the full stop in consideration here. Now let's look at the triangle is adjacent to the full stop. But when we move this, as we've seen here, these both were opposites, right? The full stop and the dash mark. Hence, these both cannot be adjacent to each other. These both cannot be adjacent to each other, right? And hence this option will also be wrong. Now let's look at the fourth option. The arrow. The arrow here is adjacent to, when we move this dash sign, we fold it here, it will come here, right? So it is adjacent to the dash, and it is also adjacent to the triangle, and these both will also be adjacent to each other because they'll be on the adjacent sides. Hence option 4 is correct. I hope you understood well. Thank you.